The following episode of the Carnival of Randomness is sponsored by an important message to you, the people, from Upsitnik and Associates. Every day there are forces that are taking from you, stealing from you. Your money, your time, your freedom. Immense faceless corporations, banks, credit card companies, insurance providers, government agencies, this list goes on and on. When you are under attack and facing crisis, turn to us, Upsitnik and Associates, attorneys for you, the people. When every day becomes a battle, we can advise and assist. We have been advocates for 40 years. Email us through upsitnikslaw.com or call us at 1-866-391-3299 or reach out to us through Upsitnik and Associates on Facebook for a prompt, no obligation communication and consultation. Don't be pushed around.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Carnival of Randomness, and the leaves are changing. It's getting colder. It's October country, and we were talking about Hamlin Scream Fest, and it was such a scream that we want to continue on. And I have to warn you about this one because this is going to be a bit of an undertaking because I didn't rehearse at all for this episode.
You know what? And I'm sorry, just for those that listen to the last show, after all those puns, I'm glad these guys are here because I'm about to drop over, so.
And we have our guests who...
Yeah, introduce yourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Mike, and I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I drive around in my hearse called Grand Exit. Her name is Madeline.
See?
My name's Pat, and I love my hearse.
I'm John Peckham, actually the founder of RIP, Ride in Peace. It's a hearse club, and we have a riot.
Well, we were freaking people out in the parking lot with the thing out there already. One of our friends came by and going, what is going on here?
Yeah, exactly. Now, so you have, yours is the 86 hearse. What kind do you have? The other Cadillac?
The 93, the silver one.
Okay, so we have the 86 Cadillac, the 93 Cadillac. So let's talk hearse.
Cool.
What got you started? What was the appeal? Where did it all come from?
I actually, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted a hearse. Well, I've always been into station wagons.
Oh,
so
like the
a
big
hearse
old...
is actually the biggest station wagon I can get. But yeah, I've liked hearses, the style of them, the finesse of them, with all the curtains and everything else. They're just nice looking
Helen,
cars.
you built a coffin and slept in it when you were a teenager, so
Well,
yeah,
that's
it kind of fits.
beside the point.
Is
I used to sleep in a coffin, so whatever.
Was it did you rest in peace?
Actually, it was quite comfortable. My mother didn't like it. She used to complain. You know what it's like to get you up in the morning and come in and knock on your lid?
Well, you got to rig
You
it.
sleep like the dead, huh?
No, you got to rig it so there's a platform so you just rise up like Dracula would. I'm awake.
But remember, you made a good point earlier. Nobody's ever died in a hearse.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, and a lot of people think that they're the death cars or whatever, but
No, they're honor cars. They transport our honored dead.
Exactly. And like you said, no one's ever died in a hearse.
No.
Nope.
So I think there's that whole mystique about them. Probably even goes back to what I would say the old days of the old style funeral carriage. I guess the Undertaker was probably just looked at as creepy.
Yeah, we're looked at as creepy.
But I don't understand why. Because like I said earlier, it's just a car. It's a cool car. What's the difference between that and somebody coming into a car show with, a Corvette? It's a car that you like that's a rarity.
Yeah.
Funny you should say Corvette.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. About 90% of our car shows that we end up in, a Corvette parks next to us.
Every time.
Just happens. It's like
Just
another one.
Just as random happenstance.
Yeah, that was just funny.
I don't know why I picture Ed Big Daddy Roth, though, doing a hearse. He must have sometime. He must have. Because I pictured that when I saw the hearses. It's like, yeah, Big Daddy would have done this with a rat fink. Every car's better with the rat fink,
There's some custom hearses out there.
Oh, I've seen some. So you guys, what? You take it around to shows. You go to a lot of car shows.
We also we do the car shows, And some of us, might be a night, like a Tuesday night, we go to the drive-in, a bunch of us go to the drive-in, or we put a notice out, in our club, hey, we're going to meet for dinner, and we create our own show. We'll go to a restaurant or something.
Well, that's the thing. And we were saying earlier, when you go to shows, who are all the people gathering around?
Us.
Exactly, the hearses. It could be anything. Yeah. People are going to show up at the hearse because there's that mystique about the hearse.
It's a curiosity.
Well, we do a lot of good things with the hearse, too. I mean, there's an organization called Put Hunger to Rest. What better car than fill a hearse with canned goods? I mean...
Yeah, for the food banks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we just a few weeks ago, we did a show, Hot Rods for Hospice, and ended up raising $7,000 for the hospice.
See?
What was it, the House of Hope or something like that? That I can't remember exactly the name of it.
See, that's the thing. You can take something that has this negative view, turn it into something positive. So, and how long has the club as such been around?
I started it about 11 years ago, actually, because, like I say, I've always wanted a hearse. I turned 50. It's like, darn it, I'm going to go get my hearse. So I went out and bought one with the idea of joining a club and, having some fun and stuff like that. But the closest hearse club I could find online was a hearse club in Hell, Michigan, of all places. That's actually the name of the town.
It's real, I know.
Yeah, that's irony.
But, and it's like, well, I'll start one. So I just started taking my car to shows and met up with other people, and it's like, well, I got a hearse, or I've always wanted a hearse, and just like-minded people.
Well, my first thought was, how many people are going to own hearses in Rochester to join this club?
Right.
There's more than you think.
I was going to say, how many are there?
Well, the club itself has like 80-something members, but actual vehicles, it's about 20 or so between Buffalo and Syracuse. We're basically upstate New York.
But still, that's more than you would think.
It was more than I thought.
Yeah, because honestly, how often do you see a hearse?
Well, did you have one when you got into hearses that you saw and said, wow, that's kind of the one I want? That's really, really cool. Because I remember seeing like one on the Munsters myself.
Yeah. When I first got a hearse, I really wasn't too particular about it. I just wanted a hearse, but the one I ended up with, the 86, it's a high top and everything else, and it's just what I want now. Now that I know what I want, it's perfect for me.
That's great. And also, I saw at the casket you have Spirit Film, huh? You have like a little movie or something.
Yeah, well, the casket in the back, I put a TV in it, and what we do is play like the videos that you play in your house window, FX videos with the ghosts or goblins or whatever. What I do is play that on the TV in the coffin, and I call it spirit vision. It's like looking at the ghosts, through the, into the coffin.
Yeah, you should see if you could like make your own and have a guy like banging on the camera. Let me out! I'm not dead. Let me out.
Well, we have a few ideas we're not going to give away.
Oh, secret hearse things.
Oh, that's
coming
like
out.
the old saying, the old joke about, I wonder what Grandpa would say if he was here now. Help, let me out of the coffin.
Right.
No, but this is also, it seems like, what do people like to be scared and everything? Why do people love this season? Why are people into this?
I don't know why.
I like doing the scary.
I just like doing it too.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I've talked about a little on the show, like the lost art of Halloween a little, where we said it used to be in our neighborhood, all the kids trick-or-treating. Now there's really not. And I think maybe some of these festivals like Scream Fest, which you do, brings us back to people a little bit. And you've mentioned the Village or whatever that has tons of trick-or-treaters.
Yes, Summershire.
Yeah, out in Irondequoit, the street called Summershire. And I'm going to get killed for saying it, but because there's too many people
There's
there
already a
already.
ton.
This place is loaded with people.
It's what Halloween should be.
Well, but if the thing is, if maybe we get the word out and more people want to do it, maybe it'll inspire other people, other neighborhoods to do something similar.
Oh, that would be awesome if other neighborhoods.
Because
Bring it back the way it used to
it
be.
is. It's almost like the death of innocence. Because what was more innocent than a kid putting on a sheet saying I'm a ghost, meeting his neighbors, and getting candy?
Yeah.
But now Halloween has been so corrupted and
It's changed.
it's changed, and not for the better, I don't think.
No, it's not. It's just not as fun anymore. I try to make it, but things like Scream Fest and these type of things make it kind of fun.
Well, it's fun for us. No matter what we do, we have a riot.
But it's nice for the kids, all different activities
Well, yeah.
and trying to see a parent explain to a kid what a hearse is.
Funny.
Well, that's the funny thing. We're at car shows, and a lot of parents have like their let's say a 5-year-old or something like that, and it's like, Daddy, what kind of car is that? Well, the one thing is, I had a father come up, and he's got his kid, and same thing as Dad. What kind of car is it? Without skipping a beat, the dad turned around and said, "Oh, that's a Halloween car." And the kid was satisfied, and he's, "Oh, okay." But other parents are going, well, it's, and they'll stutter for about 10 minutes trying to figure out what
I don't
to
know.
tell my
Death
kid.
is just this whole taboo thing, and they
Yeah.
can't even tell their kids what
Well,
the car is.
And it's weird because, you look at how we, as the Western culture, view death, but then go to other cultures where they celebrate it. Some cultures keep the dead in their homes for a year or so. They continue to converse with them. They say, "Oh, Grandma, this is my friend." Everybody comes in, says hi. So, what do you think it is? Why is it something so?
Well, death is the only
weird.
thing that you can't get, you can't get away from. They say death and taxes. Heck, you can
You can get away from
you
it.
can get away with paying taxes.
Yeah, not for
But
long.
there's no way of getting around death.
right.
And that's the thing that scares the crap out of everybody,
And I think we're so focused on a youth culture, too, where it's like the eternal thing like that.
The 50 is the new 30. No, it's not. It's still 50.
Yeah, right.
Well, then you died at 30.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then you died at 34. But I don't get it. I mean, it's a piece of machinery that moves stuff around. Again, I don't see. Have you ever had? No, let me ask you that. Have you ever had anybody that came and was upset
Yeah.
that you
Yes.
guys were there? Really?
Yes.
How bad was it?
Well, the one with Madeline on
Yeah.
the side of his car. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, the mother got upset. Was it her newborn or
No, just her daughter.
Her daughter, and I had my nameplates made up years ago when probably a couple months after I got the car.
Let me just say, a lot of us name our cars.
Yeah.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his car is named Madeline.
And it was her daughter's name, and she got totally upset. I don't remember remember what she
she's yelling
said.
at you for naming your
Yeah.
car after
her daughter.
Yeah.
Whereas, if I saw it when I was a kid, I'd be, wow, that's cool, man, that's cool.
Dude, I want a hearse named Zach, or I
But
want a
she
hearse
should
named.
be honored because it's
exactly.
a beautiful piece of machinery that is craftsmanship that went into it. But they don't see it that way.
Well, and that's another thing. These hearses are specifically designed for a specific purpose. They're engineered in such a way that it's not a normal car.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone is unique.
Yep.
There's not two
Yeah,
alike.
they're all handmade.
Oh, okay.
Even still.
I
today.
actually didn't know. I mean, I didn't know if they were
'Cause-
hand built or if they were kind of assembly line
car
by.
itself. The car itself. All right, let's say our Cadillacs.
Yeah.
The car itself comes out of, whatever manufacturer Cadillac, whatever Cadillac building it is, but it goes to a coach builder. But what comes out of the Cadillac is just the front clip, the nose of the car and a frame. That's all that comes out of Cadillac. That's all that's a Cadillac on my car. So it goes into the coach builder, and the coach builder will actually finish off the body and, do all the annuities inside and everything else. So each one is handmade,
I never knew that, Rob.
No,
which is-
I didn't know that at all.
which is another nice thing about a car show, because everybody wants a unique car for a car show. Well, I've got the only one.
Right,
like
you've
mine.
got the only one with that exact thing.
Well, I was actually thinking, I don't usually do reunions, but if I ever go to a high school reunion again, I want to hire one of you guys to ride me there in the hearse.
No
Done
problem.
it. Been there, done it.
Done proms.
We've
What's
done
been
it.
like? Yes,
We've
I was going to
done
ask,
That
like,
is
what's like
awesome.
some of the more different events you've done? I would, if
Well,
I couldn't care less about
done a
proms, but I
wedding.
would usually definitely just use a prom.
We've done proms. We do wedding.
Actually, I
We've
think
done
that would
weddings.
be fitting.
I do birthday parties, like
40th.
50-year-old birthday parties. And basically the hearse is there to take away the person's youth.
See, that's clever.
And then you bring the coffin and you put all the presents in the coffin
Yeah.
with his picture on top of it. and
Oh
it's
my God!
just-
See
it's
that's
fun.
clever. And but I would bet so many people would be, how
I'm
how
sure.
tasteless.
I'm
Come on.
sure.
Now, I don't know. I come from the line where, like, my friends, like, Alicia, I don't know if you know Alicia or, like, Melinda and all of them, where the houses are, like, cottages. They would, like, literally would fit in their driveway.
Yeah,
Because you go, like, for New Year's Eve, we're going in there, there's, like, goat skulls and...
and that's the thing. It's like, why are people upset? You're getting older. It happens. It's just a car.
Might as well try it out before you go.
But, like, around, like, October, too,
Exactly.
people are probably just saying, oh, this has to be something for Halloween. They probably go, it's not. It's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
but
no.
then if
They
it's-
don't?
We use this car
I know
all
you use it all year,
long.
but, like, in terms of this time of year, probably people expect it more, though. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Halloween you expect it. Well, what you don't expect is me taking my wife to Mother's Day dinner in it.
At a really nice restaurant.
at a
Pull up
upper,
outs-
at an upper restaurant, and the people, we're walking in, the people are just looking at us like, that's not right.
Can you imagine what the valets would say?
Oh, you know, I
Hey,
used
don't
to,
scratch it up,
I used to
kid.
do this charity event at a country club. One of my friends got me into it. One of my dreams was to go to Rhino-Rex sometime, get a beater, and have him valet it. I would have loved to pull up in a hearse.
Yeah. It's like, don't scratch the paint, kid.
Yeah. You wreck this
no,
car, you will die.
Yeah, you wreck
Yeah.
this car,
We'll put you in the back.
you'll be in it.
Well, during the summer, we, because we've got the coffin in the back, basically for shows and, discussion, just talking, whatever. But what we also do, we'll take the coffin out, we'll put a futon in the back. So then we take the car to drive-ins,
Oh, that's got to be.
and, we've gone camping in it.
Well, we've had to tell people we're watching the movie, so we're laying in the futon in the back of the car,
Yeah.
and they want to see it, but they're blocking
Yeah.
the movie.
It's
Like,
like,
wait until intermission, please, and then come help yourselves.
But I got to say, that's probably another thing. Like, you can't really go anywhere and not have people
Nowhere.
looking at you.
I can't get gas without somebody talking or
Yeah.
taking
Which
pictures.
we love it. We really do.
It's fun to go down the throughway, especially for me on the way here, and you'll see in the rearview mirror the cameras come out, and people just taking pictures or thumbs up, or and you're like, "What are you looking
Well,
at?"
you want to see a spectacle is when our club goes somewhere.
Oh, God.
And we get anywhere from 5 to 7, 8 hearses going down the road, going down the throughway. And then now you got people pulling up next to us and riding with us. They won't pass us. They're waving and taking pictures. And
Well, and that's the thing. You see one hearse, it's a spectacle enough. You get a bunch of them.
yeah.
That's something different.
We also do, what's the thing in the city that's going to be coming up that's every year?
Oh, the
Lights on for life.
Lights
We
on
work-
for Life. We
we
do
work-
that too.
We work
What's that
with, it's a parade set up by Rochester, the city of Rochester. It's a DWI awareness. And what it is a parade with the fire trucks, police cars, ambulances from different towns, from surrounding towns of Rochester and stuff. And we'll end up with like 3 or 4 of our hearses in there.
But then we
and-
put the signs on that say,
and it's
drink
like-
and drive, choose your ride.
Yeah, it's
Well, you know
it's
what?
a DWI awareness thing.
That's a pretty poignant message. What?
End up in a cop car or the back of a hearse.
Yeah. One you're not coming back from.
Right.
Well, now, actually, speaking of that, because I would think, have you ever taken it to an actual funeral? The hearse?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's well, gee, it's actually used to
no, like I mean, not to transport, but just
Yes.
as your own. See, that's got to confuse the hell out of some people.
It did.
Like, which one am I following?
Well, that's driving down the road. I'm talking. We actually went to the funeral
Yeah.
at the funeral home. But in all fairness, it was kind of like a family member of one of our people in the group.
Yeah. So they
To
they
be
would
fair.
get it. They would get it.
Yeah, but I've passed processions going down the thruway, and you can see all of a sudden the people are like, "Which hearse do I follow?" And the look on people's face, which is actually one of the best parts
Oh,
of
it has to
owning
be.
a hearse.
It has to be.
And we're going to ask you, because with Scream Fest is coming, how did you get involved with this? They just see you on the hearse and go, hey, you want to come down to the fest?
Actually, I'm trying to remember.
Didn't he contact you?
Yeah, I think Tom got a hold of me, but I'm not sure how he got a hold of me. 3 years ago, but we've been there ever since.
Yeah, even in the rain. That's true.
Yep. Even in the rain.
Because that's the thing.
Yep.
Again, there's lots of events for people who haven't been down there. It's really fun. But last year we did have a little bit of rain.
Well, one side of the lot or the yard where we park was really soggy, so we had to park more up on the hill.
I'm trying to remember because we sort of set up. We
We're
were
by the
almost
tennis
by
courts.
the tennis courts where our booth
Yeah,
was, almost by
'cause it
where
was dry enough I could get
Hammy
my car
was,
there.
the killer pig, and the costume stuff.
Yeah,
and,
we weren't up that way. We were right out by the road.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I saw
last
you-
year.
Yeah,
Last year.
Last year, because I saw you when we pulled in.
I know that's the spot if I was going to get lost.
Yeah. But I mean, so what other kind of charity things does the group do? Do you have specific things that you do, or are you kind of open if people reach out to you?
Not really anything specific.
Oh, if they want to reach out to us,
Yeah.
we'd be more than happy to hear what they've got.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, I think you mentioned there's something you wanted to bring up, and I think I forgot what it was too. I don't know if you forgot it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, there was something you said you wanted to make sure you bring it up.
I don't remember either.
Oh, great. Some
I was gonna write it down,
some
and then I
hosts-
figured it's like I'll make sure
some
we
hosts,
don't.
yeah, some hosts we are. But well, how if people want to get a hold of you, do they just kind of look for you, or do you have like a social media thing?
We've got there's two things. We've got our website, which is rip86.org, and then we have a Facebook page. But the Facebook page is an internal club communication thing.
Oh, so like
It's a group.
private group.
So you can't really
Yeah.
join that.
Okay, so
I don't know if you can see it or not.
I think with those private groups, you can see that it exists, but I don't think you could actually get into it. It's like, there's those guys, but
I think
it'll say
somebody has to
closed
approve
group.
you
Yeah,
and
you
things
can
like
apply,
that,
but then you have to get
Yeah, the
approved by
Facebook
somebody.
is RIP. What is it, Mike? Funeral?
It's RIP Auto Society.
Oh, Auto Society. I can't even remember because I never even looked at it.
Oh, hey, you're right in good company because there was something we wanted to. Because Tom mentioned it. He's like, make sure you bring it up. And for the life of me,
Well, I know we're having special guests, which remain to be seen, but there was something we were going to talk about, and I love this as always. This is like having a live show,
Yeah,
being
exactly.
old, and everything else.
So you're coming to Scream Fest again?
Oh, yeah.
Is it just the two of you guys, or more?
Oh, no.
More
Oh,
More
come?
of us.
We'll have a
fleet?
couple of our people, they bring their hearses, but they're also vendors there.
Oh.
So we'll have, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, somewhere around 5, give or take a hearse or two.
Give or take a hearse or two. All right, I got one. Who? I mean, not being biased, so rule out your own. Who in the club is the coolest one, or the one that you would want?
Guys,
Yeah.
Well, exactly. But does anybody have like the old style, like the real old ones, or
one of our members just bought a 1965 Cadillac, and that thing's a tank.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
And
it's
it
so
is-
pretty.
And it's beautiful.
I mean, where do you even find them?
Online,
Well, nobody
for the
wants
Well,
them, and they
I
want
guess-
to
Well, they're
update
well,
their
they're cheap.
fleet, so they're
they're
cheap.
really
Yeah,
cheap.
that's true. If a funeral home's updating a fleet or going under,
Yeah.
no
They're
pun intended.
well-maintained vehicles.
Right.
Well, they have to be. You don't want. I think that'd be the last thing you want to do is have an in-use hearse break down on the side of the highway.
Happened.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, if you want to look at it sort of a sardonic way, the person's not in a hurry. If it's a
No, but at the same time, can you imagine AAA?
Happened.
Yeah, it's like something's leaking in the back. I ain't touching that one.
What happened to the car? It just died.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
puns.
one time my car overheated going down 390, and a sheriff pulled up behind me and sat there. Finally, he gets out, starts walking up real slow. And he kind of looks sideways in the window and goes, "Is there a problem here?" It's like,
What does he
something
think?
happened to the car. I got somebody coming. And,
Why do people think it's going to happen? Why do they, if there is a person in a coffin, they're not leaping out.
Yeah, right.
I don't understand where the fear comes from.
And also, if it's like a serial killer or something, he's not going to go around advertising himself. He's going to drive like a
He's going to
freaking
drive
Honda.
He's going to drive a '94 Honda Accord that everybody else in the world has. He's not going to drive a car that's going to draw attention.
Yeah, well, the first, about the first 3 or 4 months I owned the car back, 11 years ago. I was going down Jefferson, LPGA. And
I'm sure they
and
want
they, you got the hills going past the fairways and in between the fairways and stuff. And I came over the top of the hill, and at the bottom of the hill was an officer directing traffic and people walking back and forth. Now he spots me coming over the top of the hill, and all of a sudden he stops everything. Now, the people are stopped, the traffic is stopped, and everything else. And when I go by him, he realized, it's not.
Then it wasn't a procession; it was just
Right.
you in the hearse.
And the look I got.
Like I say, how much is it negative versus the positive when people see it? Is it more positive reactions?
I think so.
Well, the majority, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're
Majority
cool
of
myself. I
Oh,
don't
I
like
do
have
too.
any bashed feelings, but I think they're neat.
Oh.
Like I saw one by the mall, and cool.
Well, and like we were saying out in the parking lot, it was the Ghostbusters thing, the old 50s ambulance. So why are people not afraid of ambulances the way they're afraid of hearses? People do die
Die
in
in-
ambulances.
yeah.
And horror.
Yeah.
They're a lot worse than hearses.
I would
Yeah,
think so.
if you're in an ambulance, something tragic has happened.
I was going to ask, maybe it is, maybe you're not, but are you into the whole horror genre then and everything for films and everything else? Or are you just like a little hobby that's sort of people drag you into it because
Not really.
you like romances?
Yeah, he's
I like comedies.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, what's a favorite?
Yeah,
Actually, I don't like horror movies. I hate them.
really.
Oh, come on.
But I love the haunted houses.
Huh.
I do too. Do you have a favorite haunted house? Because actually, we had the haunted house people on we had Patty Jo on for this to do. Now she's going to have the unhaunted house because she did the haunted old school bus. Did you have a favorite
I
haunted
have
house?
two favorite haunted houses: Nightmare Manor and
Screamworks.
Screamworks.
I've heard of it. I've
So
never.
Nightmare Manor's in Henrietta, and Screamworks was in Greece. Are they going to still be in Greece this year? Greece
I
Ridge Mall.
don't know.
Wait, Nightmare
I should
Manor,
know
isn't it
that.
the
I
one
live right there.
Yeah.
There was a hearse there actually down last
Well,
week, so I wonder.
Joe over at Screamworks, he's actually one of our members.
He owns a hearse.
And he's got a hearse.
Was Nightmare Manor the one in Southtown?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I was like, as soon as you said Henrietta, I was like, okay, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been in that.
So I have a different
Is it cool?
They're good. Yeah.
I had one myself.
They
I
are.
actually had an Adam Stowe's Wax Museum in London. They do like almost a total under thing in the basement, which is freaky with the people. They have a thing. Don't worry, they won't touch you. Oh, great.
Well, the thing is, I go through and I even know some of the actors, and we've hung out there for so many years.
Yeah.
And they still get me, and I get pissed. It's like, oh my God, they got me
Why didn't I see
again.
it coming?
I think it's
I
almost.
should have seen it coming.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So if they can get me,
They can get pretty
they're
much
good.
anyone.
I'll bring up my own analogy. It's almost like if you go to the optometrist and they give you the glaucoma test and they tell you, you got to keep your eye, it's coming, it's coming. It's just a puff of air. It's like, I ain't get, crap.
Yeah, they always get you. I remember when I was a kid, there was a school down the road from me, William McKinley School, and they did a little haunted house. And that was one of the first ones I ever went to. It scared the hell out of me when I was a little
No, and I
kid.
had one. It was at
It really did.
It was at Westgate. It was at the fairgrounds in Henrietta, and it was all live actors. And I remember they had the Frost Queen or something. I'll touch you, and now I'd be going, but I was as a kid, you were afraid. But there was one. My cousins saw it. It was a vampire. He ran out. But that's cool. I mean, that's the idea, though. It's like our friend Relic. The idea is like, well, can we make the kids wet their pants but have fun?
Yeah, our the one in the haunted hayride in Williamson. I went through the haunted house. You know, and sometimes it's almost like, you know the guy's going to come around the corner. And it's like, hey, how's it going? Like, oh, how'd you know? Like, wear less cologne next time or something like that.
Well, it's the old ballyhoo fun, too, where, like, John Waters, the filmmaker, said they would have House on Haunted Hill, and William Castle, the filmmaker, used to try to do effects. And for the Tingler, it was like a creature that they would have a buzzer. So John would go into the theater early, make sure he sat on the seat that had a little buzzer to shock you. But I guess it was called a Murgo, and what it was a skeleton would go across the screen. And he said they would get stuck. All his friends would pelt it. But it's the idea of fun.
Yeah.
Being scared.
And I
It's that
think-
healthy scare.
And I think that's the problem with everybody. They want to take the fun out of everything. It's like the fun of going and looking at a hearse. No, it's been robbed by people that somehow think that if you look at it, it's going to steal your soul.
if you don't like it, that's not your thing, then don't go.
Yeah, you're not forcing
don't
people.
ruin it for
You're not
everybody
forcing
else.
people to come over and sit in it.
Right.
You know,
So if you don't like it, don't go.
Well, that's what happens. That we have like the monsters that do on Maple Street Metelli by some people like on the streets. Well, this is scary or this is bad for everybody. It's like maybe it's not your thing. Just don't do it, dudes.
Yeah, it's like I'm scared, therefore everybody else is, and it should be taken away. No, who made you the scare police?
Right.
You know, like you said, you don't like horror movies, but it doesn't doesn't get you on a crusade to get rid of them.
No.
I'm just picturing my
I
friends.
just don't go.
Exactly.
I was at Dinosaur Barbecue last night. Some of my friends and my friend Grimy, who wants to be on here sometime, they're talking about his band, the Dino Boys. And I'm like picturing him and Harley and all those guys. Now, if they saw one of your hearses, you wouldn't be able to get them out of it. They'd be, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, you'd probably have offers to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine. There's probably been a lot of people like, hey, I'll give you some money for it. Nah,
Is it for sale? No.
no, it is not.
No, it's like your
Well, I'm
baby.
telling you, I turned 50. I said I'm going to get my hearse. If I knew then what I know now,
You'd have bought 5 of them.
We bought it a
well,
long
I
time
would have.
ago.
I would have
yeah.
bought it a long time ago, and we would have more than one.
Exactly. You'd have your own. Yeah, you could have your own fleet.
Well, she used to own a matching limousine to my hearse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, we sold that, but
A matching pair. Oh, isn't that nice?
That's what I really like things like this, though, because it's like you go around and you find what's cool for you. You find something that's fun. The hell with what anybody else thinks, That's the thing I always believe.
And I think that's probably the moral of the story.
Because if you start being like everyone else and not happy, what's the point? It's like if I have an interest in something and you like it, what's wrong with it?
Well, and there's times I have to watch my mouth. I mean,
Well, you can
get-
swear on
No,
this
no.
podcast. Don't worry.
You get people that come up. An example: one guy comes up and he goes, "Oh, I really like that car. I really want to buy a hearse, but my wife won't let me." And I told him he should get a new wife.
she just tells
just-
matter of factly.
It just came out.
Yeah, it's like, well, get a new
It's
wife.
like that you need a
Ah,
wife.
Getting a wife.
Sometimes it does, though, or it's like sometimes if the conversation's awkward because of them, it's like, wow, look, what kind of person's driving the hearse there? It's mine.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if somebody ever have somebody come up and start bad-mouthing it, not knowing that it was you that owned it.
I was in the store one time, and he was out in the hearse, in the parking lot. And I ran into the store, and this older lady was having a fit because this other lady was buying skull shirt for her granddaughter.
Oh, how dare she?
Right.
The audacity.
Right. So I don't understand why people are buying skulls and stuff for their kids these days. And I would, and she was really having a fit.
Oh.
And she turned around and looked at me and she goes, well, what do you think? I said, I don't have an opinion. I drive a hearse.
Yeah.
And she went, and just shut up.
Yeah.
She just, it's like, okay, don't ask me.
I don't understand. Why do people have to make it their crusade when it doesn't affect them?
Don't know.
Moral of the story, people, stop it.
Well, I always
Yeah.
think they're not happy in their own lives, but they're just
That
they're
has to
afraid
be
of the unknown.
It's like, I'm so unhappy in my
Because
life that I
actually,
have
it's
to
like
make life
one of our
miserable
guests
for
has a
everybody.
Halloween shirt on. I remember, as a kid.
that goes way
Yeah.
beyond a hearse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
remember
what
as a kid, though, my
Anything.
parents were very liberal about letting me watch movies. So we actually would camp out. We would talk about Halloween. But I would have friends of mine who I would get into Halloween. I'd go see Ozzy play at the,
Yeah.
and we knew it was movies. And we grew up. Now, I knew friends whose parents were really strict, and they were always scaredy cat because they didn't get it because they seemed real to them because it was just a movie, dudes. It's
Yeah,
just fun.
it's-
I never went around murdering people. I think it was a healthy.
Well, that's
I won't
like
go
that
on.
guy that got his head cut off. He's in a TV show next week. You know, he's fine.
Yeah, but not only that, but it's sort of it's an escape. When school stinks, when life's miserable, it's school. I mean, it's the closest I had to a hearse was like my little Dracula model. But
See, Dracula, man, that is like Dracula was awesome in the coat, the Munster coach. I guess the story behind Dracula is they wanted to buy a coffin for it. No funeral home would sell it to them, so they stole one and just left money. So the coffin used for Dracula was actually pilfered from
I actually
a
think,
local funeral.
speaking of
Nice.
that, because now we're on everything, we're not known. I would love to do like a reality series of you guys doing this for a year.
Well, that's it.
Just think of some of the inane stuff they have on. This would be fun.
I would just love to see people's reactions.
Well, that's the thing that I like the most is their reactions. And, well, the thing is, if you ask a stupid question,
You're
going
gonna
to
get
get
a
a
stupid
stupid
Yeah,
answer.
exactly.
Even like for me, this is
And-
stupid, but I would love like somebody to order a pizza and a hearse pulls
Well,
up and gives it.
Oh
to
my God, that would be
Tombstone pizzas.
Or an Uber.
Oh, I would love
Oh,
that.
if
I'd
you guys
do
were
that.
Uber or Lyft, you could.
We already thought of that.
We tried.
But they probably would.
No,
Uber
the-
would probably
the
say
car's
no.
too old.
Oh,
Car's
too
too
old.
Can you imagine though picking somebody up for Uber and then they're drunk like hell, and then they see a hearse?
They're like, oh God, I didn't think I died.
Well, we play this. We got cards made up. We play hearse bingo.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one.
Okay. Because we get a lot of stupid questions.
Oh, naturally.
The cards are made up from all these stupid questions.
Oh,
So every
whoever.
time we're at a
Okay.
car show, we're gonna get another one. Okay, that
And
one.
it's like,
Is that your car? No, it's my dog.
yeah,
Now, what
right?
is okay?
It's like, do you
said
really
it, you
own
said
that?
it. What is like one of the most stupid questions you've been
yeah,
asked?
come on, let's hear it.
Is there a body in
in the back? Yeah.
Is it real?
Yeah. Is it real?
Oh, no,
That's
it's a
good
model.
one.
Yeah, is it real? No, it's
real.
actually an illusion. If I touch it, it'll disappear because it's lights.
Are you afraid
Well,
to
I was
drive
getting
it?
the car wash one time. I went through the car wash, and I'm outside, drying the car off, and this lady pulls up, and she goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure." She goes, "Do you have a body in the back of that?" I said, "Yeah, but he's not in any hurry."
Exactly.
I would
She
say I'm a
gra-
really good driver because any of the people I've transported have never complained.
She grabbed her phone and starts yelling at me, "You can't do that. That's illegal. I'm calling the cops." And she called
It's
the
like,
cops.
go ahead.
You know what you have to do? Okay, you have to have somebody lay in the back and just wait for some nosy person, and then they have them pop. They have them bang, "Let me out!" or something.
No, or just, if they do that, it's like, do you have a body in there? Yeah, they're not in a hurry. Well, that's wrong. Like, lady, will you leave them alone? We got to get going.
It's all about fun, though. That's the thing. I mean,
The other day, lately, I don't know why I said it, but
Yeah, you do. You
the
kind of
guy,
just
this
comes
guy's, I'm in the parking lot. I went to the store, get some stuff out of the store and stuff like that. So this guy comes walking up. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know they sell bodies here now." Just being a smart.
All right, at least that's different.
It was
I
different.
turned around and I don't even know why I said it. I said, "Yeah, isn't it great? we're having stew tonight. And
That's funny. I don't care. That's
the
funny.
look on his face was, I don't
Like,
know.
oh.
You can't pay for entertainment like
No,
that.
yes, thank you. And you know what? There is no source of entertainment from people who want to nose into your business.
And people who have
yeah.
no sense. I hate people who have no sense of humor. You got to have a sense of humor to get through life.
God.
You got to be yourself. This has been fun.
Actually, real quick before we end it, on the flip side, what was the nicest compliment somebody ever paid you about it?
We always get, that's a nice car, it's a gorgeous car, and,
They are, though.
Beautiful.
Just saying how nice the cars are and stuff.
One of them was this older lady. One of the things we did, and she goes, "I want that hearse when I go."
See that? I was going to say that is probably the ultimate compliment
That
you could
was
get paid.
awesome.
Like, I want that to be my final ride.
Yep.
Well, I'm sitting in a parking lot one time, and this other lady comes up, and she's looking around, she goes, "That's a nice limo. How many people does it hold?"
Just one, honey.
And
A very special VIP.
I told her, I said, "It's not a limo." And she looks, and then she goes, oh, and starts walking away. I said, lady. And she turns around and says, "It holds one."
Oh, Lord.
But
All right.
So where can we get a hold of
Yeah,
this
so
stuff?
what is it again? It's rap86.org.
Yes.
yeah.
If you want information about do you have a thing about where you're going to be on there?
Again, that's more on our Facebook.
Well, we know about it. You'll be in Hamlin. So
Yeah.
on
And here's the thing.
Screen-
Just look for them. You can't miss them.
We'll come and see you.
Yeah. And they'll be at
Yeah,
the
come
Hamlin
see
Scream
us
Fest,
in Hamlin.
October 5th. Saturday, October 5th, right?
Yes.
At the Hamlin Town Hall, noon to 5, I think it was?
Yep.
Noon to 5.
See, we're on the ball.
Yeah, we know things. One day, in about an hour, I'll figure out what we were supposed to mention and forgot to. Yeah, it's because how we roll. But no, check them out. Go see them. And you know what? If you see them somewhere, just pay them a nice compliment.
Yeah.
Don't get uppity.
Yeah.
So, on that, shall we ride off into the sunset one
Yes.
final time?
Not bad. This was just our dress rehearsal for another show. So,
But thank you guys.
don't
Thanks.
let
That
the
was
bad
fun.
puns die.
That was fun because I've seen your
it.
hearse a lot,
Yeah.
and I never knew who drove it. Now I know, and I'm really happy that I know.
And every
because-
now and then
you
we're
can
going to go,
stop
hey,
and
it
say
sounds
hi.
good.
Exactly, because you folks are very nice. You got amazing cars, and you know what? You got a good attitude toward it.
Thank
So
you.
thank you.
you.
Thank
You
you
have
for
to line it
You're
with like
welcome.
candy bars on the back and say, well, that's his favorite. He died for those.
Yeah, I'm going to die from all the puns. But so again, rip86.org. Look for them at various car shows and events.
And we'll have a picture of the couple.
Yeah, and I'll put
on
up
the
a picture of
page.
some hearses. So thank you
So
guys.
cool. What else
Thank
you get
you.
to see here, huh?
Exactly.
Thanks a lot. We'll play some scary music.
Yeah, scary music.